What is going on, guys? JD from New York, November 4th, 2012. I have your WWE news and rumors. I have all the juicy gossip that came out of Hell in the Cell, all the juicy gossip that came out of Monday Night Raw this past Monday, and all your news concerning WWE wrestling for the current week. Now, what you guys are watching in the background is Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, WrestleMania, WWE 13. I fully expect this to be one of the three big main events for WrestleMania 29 in New Jersey. What do you guys think? Do you guys see Brock Lesnar fighting The Undertaker? Or who do you think The Undertaker's next victim will be at WrestleMania? I think it makes perfect sense for them to feud. I don't see why you're bringing Brock Lesnar and paying him over $5 million for 50 dates if you're not going to have him fight The Undertaker. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me, but a match between the two does make perfect sense because, number one, they have a history together. Number two, The Undertaker called out Brock Lesnar at a prior UFC pay-per-view a few years back. So the only way for them to get at each other best would be at WrestleMania in New Jersey. It would be an epic match. It would be a show stealer type match. And we all know Brock Lesnar is a monster, but The Undertaker, no matter how banged up he is, no matter how old he is, always seems to put on the best match of the year. So I wouldn't put him past him to put on match of the year with Brock Lesnar. Hopefully it happens. Let me know what you guys think. But as for the news, guys, let's get right into it. It's in no particular order. I just took a lot of notes this current weekend, but let's get right into it. We'll start off with CM Punk. Someone asked him about the election on Tuesday, and this is what he said concerning the election, and I quote, "I know that they're all saying it's a close race, which really depresses me, because how anybody can vote for Mitt Romney is mind-boggling to me," said CM Punk. "I think Barack Obama pulls it out, and we get another 4 years of Barack Obama." So I'm assuming CM Punk is going to put his vote towards another 4 years of Obama, which I really don't care. I really don't have anything to say about politics. It's just not my cup of tea. Number two, World Heavyweight title picture going into 2013. Now, this really makes me excited about the future of SmackDown for 2013. Listen to this, guys. It's being reported right now, since we all know Sheamus lost the World Heavyweight Championship at Hell in the Cell to Big Show, it is being reported that Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler will dominate the World Heavyweight Championship picture in 2013. Survivor Series is the current plan right now to blow off the Big Show versus Sheamus feud. That match was just announced this past week on Smackdown. They will have a rematch at Survivor Series for the World Heavyweight Championship. Obviously, now that opens the door for Dolph Ziggler, who is still holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. He will be cashing it in before 2013. We just don't know when. WWE is milking it. You know, they're having him hold the belt, the briefcase rather, for a little bit longer. But look for Ziggler and Orton to feud going into 2013 for the World Heavyweight Championship. They did put on great matches in the past. Every one of the matches has been highly entertaining. And a great 20-minute match at WrestleMania would be unbelievable between the two. Orton's always been solid in the ring. Ziggler is one of the best WWE has in the ring. And like I said, a program between the two carrying SmackDown into WrestleMania would be phenomenal. Number three, WWE.com is hyping that referee Brad Maddox will break his silence and address his actions from Sunday night's Hell in the Cell on Monday Night Raw tomorrow. So look for Brad Maddox to reveal why he screwed Ryback. I don't see the reasoning behind it. I don't understand why he did it. But they have my interest. I just don't think that this storyline will materialize into anything of importance. I think the most that Brad Maddox will say is that he's now aligned himself with Paul Heyman and CM Punk. He's going to be their rogue referee. But we'll see what he has to say. They do have some of my interest. We'll just have to tune in to Monday Night Raw and find out. As for Ryback, after Hell in the Cell, we obviously know that he suffered his first loss. Now, Ryback is still expected to be pushed behind John Cena as the top babyface in the company. Okay, they're going to put everything behind him. Vince McMahon has a solid idea in Ryback, and he's not looking back. All right, being that he suffered his first loss, they're still going to push him to the moon. Okay, the original plans called for Ryback to pin CM Punk cleanly in the ring at Hell in the Cell, go on to the TLC pay-per-view in December, and then drop it in a triple threat match, tables, ladders, and chairs match at the pay-per-view. They figured that was the original plan, to have him win the belt and then lose it, because in one of those gimmick type matches, he really doesn't need to have his shoulders pinned to lose. He could lose the match, just by someone else grabbing the belt, by climbing the ladder and grabbing the belt. But that was the original plan. That was just days before the pay-per-view. That was a last-minute decision to have CM Punk win the way he did. That was actually Vince McMahon's idea of having Brad Maddox interfere. CM Punk's title reign was more important to Vince McMahon at the moment compared to Ryback's winning streak. The WWE feels that even though Ryback does have a loss on his record now, it's not going to get in the way of building Ryback over as a monster, character. So I'm glad Vince McMahon made that decision. It really is the most important thing right now. It's probably the most important thing on WWE TV this year, CM Punk's title reign. The one thing that I did mention in my past commentary, I believe it was my last Monday Night Raw video, is you got to build towards the future with the future in mind. You can't rush storylines. You can't do last-minute decisions for storylines. Everything needs to have a plan in place. And it doesn't get any better right now than CM Punk versus The Rock, because they have a real life gripe with each other. CM Punk doesn't like The Rock because of the way he just comes in and is this big Hollywood actor, and he comes in, thinking he owns the WWE or is owed something by Vince McMahon, while CM Punk is on the road 365 days a year, busting his ass and breaking his back and getting injury after injury, defending that title. So obviously CM Punk has a problem with The Rock coming in and stealing everybody's thunder, but it's money. It's a money situation. It's a money match. All that's going to transition and translate on live TV. You're going to see CM Punk, speak his mind about The Rock. You're gonna see real life emotion between the two. It's just got money written all over it. And Vince McMahon, like I said, did make a great decision, because the Royal Rumble with that match cannot be any bigger. This is probably going to be the biggest Royal Rumble in several years, and I can't wait for it. There was also ideas of having Brock Lesnar, Mark Henry, Big Show, or even Vince McMahon do a run-in for Hell in a Cell to keep the belt on CM Punk, but they finally went with the last-minute decision, again, about Brad Maddox interfering. That was a Vince McMahon idea. Like I said, you got to build with the future in mind. You can't rush these things. I wish they would put a script together and just do small tweaks and small rewrites to it. But the reports coming out on Monday Night Raw is that they're actually rewriting the show as it goes live on the USA Network. It's just not good because, like I said, all that rushing around and last-minute decision just comes off on TV. Us, the fans, know it's a rush job. The internet fans know it's a rush product. It's just not good. I wish they would change their ways and have everything set in stone first before they start changing things around. The Brad Armstrong death. Now, Brad Armstrong, if you guys don't know, he was a former WCW wrestler. He's actually the brother of the Road Dogg, Jesse James. He passed away this past week. He was only 51 years old, so I do send my condolences out to the Armstrong family and to Road Dogg and his brothers. He was actually the second oldest son of Bullet Bob Armstrong as well. Like I said, it's a sad situation to hear. I don't like to see anybody, or I don't like to hear about anything concerning wrestling, because I'm so involved in it, and it's been something that I've been very passionate about since I was 4 years old. So anytime I hear something like this, it's just very sad. So my condolences do go out to Road Dogg and his family. Big Show before Hell in a Cell. There were reports as late as the day before Hell in a Cell, WWE had different plans for the outcome of the World Heavyweight Championship, but they all included Big Show losing. That's funny, because the outcome seen Big Show winning. Big Show winning again was a last-minute decision by Vince McMahon because he wanted to shake up the World Heavyweight title picture. Obviously, as you guys know, if you watch Smackdown, there will be a rematch at the Survivor Series. I wish they would get away from the last-minute decisions. So stupid. Brad Maddox's decision at the Hell in a Cell, like I said, was also a last-minute decision by Vince McMahon. Ryback and Mick Foley, I got news on both of these guys. Obviously, I told you Ryback is going to be built as a monster in WWE. He's still going to be a top star, and Vince McMahon is going to put everything behind him, no matter what the record says with that first loss. Mick Foley, WWE is actually finding ways to use Mick Foley in the CM Punk storyline. Obviously, they have Team Foley versus Team Punk at Survivor Series. That's step one. But that may not be the end of their feud. Now, there have been reports for the last couple of months that WWE is considering a Mick Foley versus CM Punk singles match at December's TLC pay-per-view. Now, one thing I want to say is I really don't like this Survivor Series 5-on-5, Team Punk versus Team Foley. I just don't like it. I wrote a whole commentary for you guys that I will be, telling you or reading to you guys tomorrow during my Monday Night Raw review. I'll save it for that. It's going to be the segment that opens up my review for Monday Night Raw. I will tell you guys how I would book Survivor Series, being that it's only 2 weeks away. What kind of teams I would have put on CM Punk's team, or what kind of guys I would have put on CM Punk's team, and what kind of guys I would have put on Mick Foley's team. I just think that the current teams they have right now is a huge mistake. Again, I think the WWE is handcuffing themselves with this Survivor Series pay-per-view. I'll tell you guys why tomorrow in my Monday Night Raw review. But as for Mick Foley fighting CM Punk at the TLC pay-per-view in December, I think it is a great idea. 4 matches come to mind when it comes to Mick Foley in the last 10 years. Okay, he fought Ric Flair. He fought Edge, Randy Orton, and he had an Extreme Rules match at ECW One Night Stand 2 at the Hammerstein Ballroom, where he teamed with Terry Funk, and he fought Edge and Tommy Dreamer. One of the best pay-per-views I possibly could have seen. I still, to this day, consider that one of the best pay-per-views of all time. That's where Rob Van Dam beat John Cena for the WWE Championship at an ECW pay-per-view. It was unbelievable. But Mick Foley, I do believe, can bring out a even better CM Punk, rather. Foley, for some reason, just has that thing about him where whoever he fights, it's always a great match. And I think it would be spectacular for him and Punk to go at it. We may get that one final spot, that one final farewell that Mick Foley wants. Because he's been saying that he wants that one final highlight, that hardcore highlight. So against CM Punk, I think it would be perfect. So hopefully WWE goes ahead and books that match. Because, who else does CM Punk have to fight? If they want to blow off the John Cena feud with CM Punk, I don't see Ryback getting another match at TLC. I think Foley makes perfect sense. As for John Cena and CM Punk, there is reports this week that WWE wants to end that feud between the two. They are working on something that will end the rivalry before Royal Rumble and before WrestleMania season arrives. Good. Just get rid of it. Let's move on in the CM Punk world title reign. WWE officials are pleased with the turnaround of the tag team division. Vince is actually very high on the tag team division, as is Triple H. But there is one thing that Vince is growing impatient of. He wants Damien Sandow to be a singles heel. Okay, he wants to break Sandow away from Rhodes and push him as a top singles heel. He is very high on Sandow, but the way the tag team division is going right now, I don't see them splitting up anytime soon. I do expect them to capture the tag team gold, have a small run with that, and then come 2013 summer, that's maybe when we'll see Sandow break away and go on his own and become the superstar that I know he will become. Monday Night Raw rating was a 2.94, still below a 3. Like I said, all the rushing around, the last-minute decisions do translate to TV, and Monday Night Raw is no different. It really wasn't a good show. Everything just fell flat with the announcement of the Survivor Series. Again, I will talk about that tomorrow in my Monday Night Raw review. And finally, expect a John Cena versus Dolph Ziggler match at the Survivor Series. I do expect that to be the match of the night. Anything where Ziggler is involved is always money. So having Ziggler versus Cena will definitely be a highlight, or probably the only highlight, of the Survivor Series 2012. But that is all I have for you guys. Like I said, look forward to my Monday Night Raw review tomorrow. I do have a nice commentary coming up on the Survivor Series and my thoughts and opinions on how WWE is handcuffing themselves again. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for everybody that has come on board with my channel so far. Let's get to 100 followers. Hit that like button. It only takes a few seconds. Subscribe if you have not done so already. Get your friends on board. I'm going to bring you the best quality content I possibly can concerning WWE and everything gameplay-wise. But Monday Night Raw tomorrow, guys. Let's look forward to that. I'll talk to you then. Until then, take care, and I'll talk to you soon, guys. Later.